Now, staying on fiscal things, fraudulent claims for tax credits have cost taxpayers billions of pounds. That's according to the Work and Pensions Secretary. Iain Duncan Smith said the last Labour government had spent more than £170 billion on the system. Writing in the Daily Telegraph, he added far too much of that money was wasted, with fraud and error under Labour costing over £10 million. He went on to claim that fraudsters from around the world targeted this benefit for personal gain. Well, our health and social care correspondent Victoria MacDonald is in Westminster. So, Victoria, tell me first, has he got his sums right?
Well, it looks like he has his sums generally right. What he's saying here is really, it's a familiar message in one way, the profligacy of Labour and particularly their profligacy on the welfare spending. What he is saying is two things. One is that before the last two elections, in the 2 years before those two general elections, Labour radically increased their spending. So the insinuation is that they were trying to buy votes by upping the tax credits. Secondly, he's saying there was this £10 billion lost due to fraud and error. Now, the £10 billion seems to be roughly right, but what he doesn't say in this article in the Telegraph is that only a small percentage of that was due to fraud itself. So in 2003, when tax credits were introduced, it was less than 1%. Now, under this coalition government, it's just over 2%. Partly that's to do with the difference in the way they've gone after the fraudsters, but nevertheless, not large sums in the overall spending. Now, today we spoke to Labour about this and we asked them what they thought, and they said, yes, you have to tackle fraud and error, but they were strongly proud of the system that they'd introduced.
This system has brought millions of families and children out of poverty. It's helped make work pay, and it's kept people in work and continuing not to take other benefits and not to take other help from the state.
Well, a lot of this is quite historic, isn't it, Victoria? So why is he making a song and dance about this now, do you think?
Well, it's very interesting because he is, if you like, Mr. Universal Credit. This is the benefit system where all benefits are going to be rolled into one, and it's due to come out in October. Now, there are some murmurings in Westminster that the system's not ready yet, that the IT system itself isn't working, that it's going to be overspent. He denies all this, but he is desperate for this to work. And one of the points he made in the article was that there were fraudsters from abroad who were abusing the tax credit system. Now, we said, where are these people? And they said, okay, well, it's anecdotal, but under this universal credit system, they will be able to track these fraudsters, and so they will know where it is, and therefore he can staunch up his universal credit.
Victoria in Westminster, thanks very much. Well, our fact-check team has been poring over all the details of Mr. Duncan Smith's claims there, and you can see what they found out on our website, channel4.com/news.